and he is tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain for Zarka. Let's talk about the Air Force starting offensive line. They call themselves the Diesel. They have started together every single game this year. Tate, Falk, Cooley, Burnett, Elwood. One of just 11 schools that have started the same offensive line every single game.
Well, they've been impressive and consistent, and then they've gone down. They've got 2 or 3 swingmen that have played just as much as some of the starters.
Carson's got it. Dylan Carson tackled by Jordan Pollard. Probably talk about Pollard quite a bit. He's number 1. Had the game of his life a week ago in the win against Hawaii. There's that offensive line of Tate, Falk, Cooley, Burnett, and Elwood. Offensive coordinator Mike Thiessen, former quarterback at Air Force. Just saw Carson run the football. We'll see Frew. We'll see Cade Harris everywhere, catching balls, running. Quinn Smith, and the tight end, who gets used a lot, is Bruin Fleischman. 3rd down and a bunch. Not a recipe for success for Air Force. And the pass is incomplete, intended for Quinn Smith. It'll be a quick 3 and out.
I think somebody might have got a hand on that. Again, there's a lot of different ways you can affect the quarterback. But when the ball comes off of his fingers, we got to look at where the pressure is coming from and can they duplicate that. And that's one of the keys to this game. We're going to be tracking for you. How can they affect this quarterback?
So 1 minute and 13 seconds into our game, and the punt team will come on for Air Force. Luke Freer averaging 47 yards per boot. This is sea level, though. Fair catch called for and made. Spartans will start at the 40-yard line. It's a punt of 35 yards. All right, folks. Walker Egan. He is the truth.
I love this guy right here. He's got command of every aspect of what they're trying to do from an offensive standpoint. Craig Stuckman talked to us and said, hey, what makes this guy special is he's balanced. 6'3", got great height, great arm. He knows the offensive scheme, and he's able to allow the run game to support him up and then have wild success with those players that we talked about at the skill positions around him.
If football doesn't work out, he can get a job as Nicolas Cage's stunt double. Redshirt senior, ton of experience, gets it to his buddy. Danny Scudero with a catch. That is catch number 64 on the year.
Yep, Dallas Daly in there. They're going to need to be all over this guy right here because he is all over the place.
Let's talk about the offensive line. There's changes everywhere. Hudson Mesa is the starting center. Hadn't started this year. He moves the normal center, Herbert, over to right guard, and the normal right guard, Tyler Chen, is now the right tackle. Yep. They had 1 injury a week ago, and it's affected everything. Quickly a first down. Catch is made by Kyrie Scholes. And Scholes is cut down, but the chains will move.
And this is the problem, right? They got 8 yards on that first play, and it's like stealing. You immediately get them in a run-pass conflict. Now you're going pace and tempo, trying to use it as a tactical advantage. You've got a 3-man, looks like a 4-man rush right now. I probably not going to get pressure on the quarterback. That ball's going to be out real quick.
3rd straight pass for Egan, and it's complete all the way down to the 20-yard line. That's the tight end, Jackson Kanan.
And that's what happened when they get you on your heels back. You got a double-digit gain right there, 11, maybe 12 yards on that one. So you go with 8, 2, and then 11, and Kanan's down the field trying to get it to the promised land.
San Jose State playing with some pep in their step. They know that they still have a chance to do things in the Mountain West. Egan just throws it away. That's what 5th-year seniors do. Live to fight another day. That's the first incompletion.
Yeah, great job with the backs picking up Zadork and company there. They had an edge rusher that was coming off the outside as well. The back stepped up and picked up. So those things really don't come into play unless the quarterback gets sacked, right? But these backs are really impressive, man. They do a great job of protecting them.
Levi Brown is starting. Just his 2nd game back from injury. Levi Brown is one of the corners. A lot will be expected and asked of him. This is a very, very young secondary for Air Force, and they've been leaky throughout the course of the year. There's the first run of the game for the Spartans. Lamar Radcliffe picks up 8 yards. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, Roger Jones Jr. was in there for a tackle, but it wasn't until after this play. You can see the ISO right here, come out of the middle, kind of cursory fake like you're going to pass the ball, but you only got 3 defenders in that line. Natural holes over the guards. You can, Ray Charles should get plus yardage against that front.
Come on now. 3rd down and 2. Can the offense stay on the field? Play action. It is dropped. Looking for Scudero, and now a decision. San Jose State, do they want to go for it on 4th and 2, or do they want to bring in that shaky field goal unit?
Yeah, I want to talk about this non-catch, right? That was really surprising to me that, you know, Scudero usually goes after that ball. We likened him to Wes Welker, who is a slot receiver for Texas Tech in his heyday, was really, really aggressive about going from that slot position to get plays.
All right, they're going to try and kick it. This is interesting. They're the only team in the country, folks. If the ball's on the right hash, they bring in their lefty kicker. If the ball's on the left hash, they bring in their righty kicker. This is the left footer. Dennis Lynch makes it from 31 yards. So that's a good start for San Jose State. They would like
on the defensive side of the ball, Derek Odom is his coordinator, who was at San Jose State for 9 years as the coordinator and was there for a long time as well. That longevity is something that you'll see as a hallmark for coaches like Coach Ken, and it's indicative, and it's something you point to in this era of transfer portals.
Talked to him a couple of days ago. He talked about leading with love. Thought that was really fun.
So good.
All right, second crack at it for Air Force. They went 3 and out first time they had the football. Little reverse, they get it to Cade Harris. And Harris is stopped immediately. That was a nice job coming off the corner by Jalen Boehner.
Jalen Boehner did a wonderful job of coming off his block, already engaged off the edge, and the way he just shedded and released, stepped up and make a play. You know, sometimes you can get away with just trading off a blocker, but when you can make a play and deal with a guy who's trying to block you, man, that's outstanding, going above and beyond.
Both these defenses have had their ups and downs this year, but so far so good for San Jose State. Last week, San Jose State was taking on a polar opposite offense when they took on Hawaii. And now they're dealing with a ground attack in Air Force and doing very well, thank you. That's Jordan Pollard. Told you we're going to talk a lot about him. He's playing great football right now.
Watch him inside in traffic again, playing in that Mike linebacker position, and then he's off on the edge. They got him down in the down technique, and he sheds and releases and then stays at home and just makes an inside play. Jordan Pollard, 6'1", 202 pounds, senior transfer. He is the type of player that you need playing that position.
So for the second consecutive possession, it's a 3rd down and 8 for Air Force. They've ran 5 plays and only gained 3 yards so far in our ball game. Sarka. Incomplete. Even if it had been caught, it was well short of the line to gain. That'll be 2 consecutive 3 and outs.
Yeah, I tell you what, Derek Odom, the defensive coordinator for the Spartans, is making them play left-handed, right? They don't want to be in these situations where they're having to throw the ball past 3 to 4 or 5 yards on 3rd down. That's not their game, right? They want that quarterback running downhill. But when you need to get more than that, you got to throw it, right? You play the percentages. Sarka got tagged that time.
So Freer comes on. His second punt in the first 5 minutes of the game. Another relatively short punt, and San Jose State will have it with a 3-point lead. San Jose State's offense, they average 331 passing yards per game. That is tops in all of college football.
The Falcons have given the ball back up immediately. If they continue to trade points like this or not trade points like this, it's going to be a long afternoon. Points per possession is the stat of the day.
When's the last time you saw 3 full possessions less than 5 minutes into the game? That's the first carry for Steve Chavez Soto, tackled by Blake Fletcher. Fletcher leads the team in tackles. He has made 78 of them coming into this game.
Yeah, he plays that will linebacker position really well. That for a minimal gain of a couple of yards. They need him to stack those plays on top of one another to keep this offense in not a run-pass conflict, but where you know it's definitely got to be a pass, then they can play coverage. Just a 4-man rush.
Pass is complete. Second catch for Kyrie Scholes. Close to the line to gain, but just a bit short. 3rd down and a yard. Egot's got 3 receivers that he loves. Leland Smith, Kyrie Scholes, Danny Scudero. All with over 500 yards receiving on the year. Scudero's got over 1,000.
Yeah, he's got 1,000. I'll tell you one other guy to watch, though. Leland Smith, as you pointed out, he's the guy with length for them. He's going to be able to give a complimentary. If they want to go up top, get some matches set up there, they can go to the long guy.
Ooh, power football. They stay on the ground and they don't get the first down.
Wow,
did they give him forward progress?
Oh, they
That was
did.
a late whistle.
The side judge gave it to him. Whoa.
That was a late
on the field,
whistle.
a first down.
I thought he was stopped, but the whistle didn't blow. They gave him second effort.
Let's take a look at it again. The inside zone, they don't really sell it hard. I mean, that was a negative play from the beginning. I don't know if he got that.
I thought his tush was on the ground.
So Droik was right there. The nose tackle was in his wheelhouse, man.
That's all over now. First down for San Jose State, and Egan takes advantage. Diving head first. Dangerous play for the senior.
Yeah, Fletcher was all over him in that. Again, almost got sandwiched. He's took a shot there, man. So here you can see once again, it's going to be the eyes. He's trying to have no one to go to, so he pulls it down and starts running with it. And I think he takes a shot here on the end. That helmet,
his head definitely bounced off the ground. About it.
And you can see the grimace on his face too. He's going to shake it off, but boy, I tell you what, yeah, I think he took a shot. That back of the head hit that cerebellum, man.
Egan has started every game this year, the redshirt senior. The backup is Xavier Ward, who's played just a little bit. They also have Tama Amisone, who they like, but he is super young, a true freshman.
Yeah, Ward's got the big arm, right? He's got a big cannon of an arm, but you also need somebody that has total command of this offensive scheme. And I think Xavier Ward does. He's the redshirt senior transfer, so they trust him.
Well, they have to come in for at least one play. Xavier Ward, he is from Sacramento, California, not too far away. He has played collegiately both at Washington State and at Sam Houston State. So he's been a Cougar and a Bearcat, now a Spartan. Coaching staff telling us the main adjective was big arm.
Yep, and you know, the way they described him, it kind of reminds me of a guy who had a big arm. Warren Moon was a similar way in terms of how they tried to compare him. Didn't do it in our meeting, but I did a little research, and someone said, and I said, let me see. I have to see that.
That ball would spin off of Warren Moon's hand.
Yeah.
Chavez Soto, his best carry of the day. That'll help out the new quarterback, and the chains will move.
Well, that's what they need, right? Soto's going to come, and you'll see Lamar Radcliffe as well help him. He bounces this ball out on the outside. He gets to the edge, protects it, runs high and tight like a la Tiki Barber, man. He's got that ball set up there, protected it. Outstanding run.
Tiki Barber as a New York Giant, not as a Virginia Cavalier.
That would be, and that's the reason why he started carrying it like that.
That was a run of 17 yards for Chavez Soto. There's that big arm of Ward, as advertised. Complete to Leland Smith, who fights down to the 17-yard line.
And partner, you nailed it, Eric. That is what we call a three-quarter field throw. That's a grown man's throw. When you go across that hash mark on the far side, that was only about 8 yards, but it went about 30 yards across the field to reach its destination, and it was on a rope.
This is about where the Spartans stole ball loose. And does Ward get it back? No! It is going to be Air Force football.
The ruling on the field is a fumble, recovered by the defense. First down, Air Force.
So Air Force, they jump on the fumble. It's Roger Jones getting the loose ball.
Well, I'm not sure if he had a total solid handle on this thing after the mesh, right? It's coming out. He pulls it. Great read. Got to hang on to the ball, partner.
So a break for the Falcons. Can they capitalize? We'll find out. But they have one here in the first quarter.
Absolutely, and that's what you look for. We've chronicled their difficulties stopping folks, but they've got a turnover, as you said, partner.
Carson, first man through, pushes the pile. Let's pick up a 3, maybe 4.
I like this. 4 yards didn't seem bad for Air Force on a first down. If you can get another 4, then put them in conflict. I like this quarterback with 2 yards to gain, either as a thrower or as a runner. Zarka is an outstanding guy in that position. Short type player. I'd put him in there anytime to get the 2 yards.
Back-to-back 3 and outs for this offense of Air Force.
Nice pitch.
Option. Get it out in space. This is long, and it'll bring up 3rd and manageable.
You just got to get the ball upfield once you turn that corner, man. That's one thing I see the Air Force is struggling with. Once they get a deal, they make the proper reads, right? It was a nice pitch, but they lack that edge speed to turn the ball up the field and get plus yards. They need to be able to do that.
This is the most doable 3rd down that they've had. They had a 3rd and 8 and a 3rd and 7. This is 3rd and 3. Sarkis had big success with his arm, throwing deep.
He's going to run this.
Design quarterback run, and
nice.
Sarka into the secondary. Still on his feet, close to the 50. First big play of the game for Air Force.
Yeah, we talked about the principles that the Spartans utilize, running to the grass and things of the nature. That's all he's doing. He's running where the numbers aren't, right? He gets almost double-digit yardage on this particular play because he diagnoses at the line of scrimmage where the least amount of bodies are. And that's all he's doing, Eric. He's picking that void and running to the grass.
21 yards on that scamper. Sophomore from Aurora, Colorado, almost an accidental recruit. Air Force coaching staff was recruiting a tight end, Simon Kibbe. They got Kibbe, but they also got Sarka, too, his teammate.
Yep, Coach Calhoun said he was going to see the tight end, but he ended up seeing the quarterback as well. And
who's this guy?
they recruited him well, though. I think that was part of the key to get Zarka there. The assistants did a fine job of honing him in.
Air Force had 5 in the backfield. It's a foul for illegal formation. It's a 5-yard penalty, and it'll remain first down.
Well, in the 19 years that Troy Calhoun has been calling the shots in Air Force, not a lot of penalties.
No, absolutely not at the Air Force camp. Those guys right there, Mensa scores are pretty high, man. Yeah, pretty sharp guys. I mean, they had 5 in the backfields, what the infraction was, and you got to have 7 on the line of scrimmage, and they just had 1 guy back.
Pitch out. This is Frew. And Frew is grabbed up by the shoulder pad, up by the face mask. We have a flag down.
Yeah, Jordan Pollard got him again. We saw him make a great play from his mic position. But again, the senior from Faith Lutheran did a unthinkable thing, sticking that hand and reaching it out there. The official sees that clearly.
I think we may have multiple penalties.
Well, they're going to sort it out, but we clearly saw the face mask.
So holding on the offense and a
first down.
Face mask on the defense. Those penalties are offset. Okay. So we'll pretend that never even happened. Still first down and 15. Third drive of the game for Air Force. First 2 or 3 and out. 2 tight ends in the game right now for Air Force. Sarka. That may be another face mask.
Yep.
Don't see back-to-back plays ending in face masks too frequently.
Well, I thought the call was interesting. They're running it, first of all, into the
personal foul, face mask, defense, number 26. That 15-yard penalty is added to end the run, an automatic first down.
So they get Ethan Powell on that one again. And we're seeing an inordinate amount of penalties of this ilk here early in this game, and it's unusual. But again, I think it's indicative of a couple of things. It's the style and the system that they're playing right now. This is totally opposite of what they faced last week, right? And so when you have a team that's throwing the ball more, you get rusty on the tackling and the stuff that you need to do around the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, both these teams dealing with extremes here in the middle of the season. This is Carson. Tackle made by Justin Stearns. You saw San Jose State a week ago play against Hawaii. They like to throw it. We've seen that. Now you get the running attack of Air Force. How about Air Force? This week they're on the West Coast in San Jose. Yeah. They got the other extreme next week. They're going to be in Connecticut next week.
Absolutely crazy, man. Listen, but you and I called the game earlier with Air Force and Hawaii. We thought the elevation was going to be a problem for the Rainbow Warriors, and it didn't. Nope. They came in and did their number, right?
Second down and 7. This is Allen. And Owen Allen's going to get to the 35. It'll bring up third down and short.
Yeah, but that's the climate that we're in right now, both on and off the field. A lot of changes, guys having to make trips, and that's a big factor, man. How far you got to travel in the course of a year.
Quickly to the line. Rocco Conti.
Yeah, they need to run this into the boundary to the right side.
Conti's number 44 just checked into the game. He's from Cleveland, Ohio. Instead, they give it to Allen, and he's got the first down.
It's a great call. You know, I love the fact that they kept their motion on. And again, the reason why they have motion here is to take advantage of the, believe it or not, the lack of speed that they have. If a guy's jet motioning a certain direction, that means that he's got an extra foot or two on the person that would be blocking him, so they can clear those linebackers out there so the dive play works more effectively. If you need 2 yards, you can get it.
Are these splits tighter than normal?
No question they're tighter, absolutely. It's a great notice on your part.
Oh, my goodness. Owen Allen is knocked down hard by Noah McNeil Franklin. It's a decent gain on first down, but he paid the price.
Well, they call him the will linebacker for a reason, but I don't think it's, is he willing to make this play? He's certainly willing to make this one in the hole. That's what you call run fits, folks. Everybody's got to be in the position they're supposed to be in. If there's a void there, that will linebacker is going to be there to fill it.
We talked to the coaching staff of San Jose State. We went through everyone. We forgot to talk about Noah McNeil Franklin. They said, we need to talk about him. He's our steady Eddie. Makes every play we ask him every week. Allen has enough of the first down. That's the 9th play of the drive. Nothing but runs so far, Spencer.
And I think that's really part of the early adjustments, the success they did not have on the first 2 drives. They've reduced their splits. That's one of the things that they've done, and they're working on the inside run, and it's having great success. And they're achieving 2 things with that. Number one, keeping the ball out of the Spartans' hand, right? And they're slowing the game down, or speeding it up, if you will.
Oh, my goodness. Sarka is absolutely hammered. Shot with an elephant gun. That was Jordan Pollard who got
Rolling on the field, the first down.
Oh, they get the first down, but good golly, they paid for it with a bruise.
I'm telling you, Pollard came hell-bent for election on this play. Folks, take a look at this at home. This is how you feel at the point of attack.
Oh, my goodness.
He just blows that thing up like he owed him money.
Senior from Los Angeles, coming off his career best game, Jordan Pollard. 8 solo tackles, a sack, 2 tackles for losses, a pass broken up, and a forced fumble last week. First down play, Sarka again. This guy's not afraid.
Nope, he's not. And he's making these adjustments at the line of scrimmage. He turns around and tells his back, the super back they historically call it, to come up a little bit. Why? Because they don't want him to waste time getting to that point of attack, because it's a call run design for Sarka. I need you close to that line of scrimmage to be my lead blocker.
When you played with an option quarterback at Oklahoma, Jamel Holloway, who was one of the best to ever do it, what was his size? Sarkis listed at 6 feet 195.
Jamel was maybe 5'9½",
wow,
maybe 5'10", 195 pounds at best.
Even smaller. Carson tries to dance through the hole. He's brought down. Matahola with a tackle.
Now, this is the one thing about their offense, and Matahola did a wonderful job on his defense, but I think that Air Force, if they read more of their plays at the line of scrimmage and relied on the defensive ends efforts to determine whether or not they're to give the ball away instead of predetermined calls, I think they could have a lot more success on the edges. I really do.
Spencer, we had 3 drives. We had 4 drives that lasted a combined total of like 6 minutes. This drive is like a 9-minute drive.
And that's the adjustment. I mean, when you made the note a minute ago of the splits, not only would the splits reduce, that was indicating that they were changing their overall philosophy.
So we've made it to the end of the first quarter. Air Force knocking on the door. They currently trail San Jose State 3-0.
Touchdown! You probably know these TD moves, but guess what?
First 2 drives lasted 2 minutes and 48 seconds combined. This drive right here, 7:22.
Well, the question is, how did he do it? Well, first of all, he wants to possess the ball. The tactical part of it, reduce the splits, run inside. That was the key. That was the real-time adjustment he made. Outstanding.
All right, can they stay on the field? It's 3rd down and 3. Sarka keeps it, has the first down inside the 5.
Say, partner, it ain't rocket science. They're running in between that guard tackle gap, and they're going to keep running inside. Those reduced splits, the backs inched up. They're not sitting there with their heels at 5-7 yards deep. They're right behind in the pistol behind the quarterback so as to allow them to get to the line of scrimmage and be a lead blocker faster.
Sarka is an elite goal line runner. He has run for 11 touchdowns.
Soft spot on the left.
14th play of this drive. Carson. Nowhere to go.
Man, you know, sometimes, though, they navigate down there, make great choices, but you run right into the teeth of the front. I don't know what the aversion is to run into the weak side of the play. When you come up to the line of scrimmage and you've got what they call an unbalanced line, you may have a center, a guard, tackle, then there's another big heavy guy over there. That's an unbalanced line. You're telegraphing to people where you're going to run with the ball when you do that. Run to the weak side.
Nothing but runs for Air Force on this drive.
Balanced front. He's going to take his time. He's definitely going to run this one.
Sarka.
Nice.
Into the end zone. Touchdown Air Force. That was an impressive drive.
Well, the late motion, the back steps up. Just gives himself a little bit of time to sort things out. They're trying to torpedo them up front to prevent them and get negative plays, but he's able to decipher and sift his way through there for the score. Excellent job of possessing.
You were a San Francisco 49ers.
Absolutely
get down there
loved it. Great America Parkway, just a great place to shop, man. Great spots to eat in Cupertino, computers and all that stuff.
Smart people.
Oh, yeah, big time. A lot of money, a lot of coin.
Even back in the 80s when you were
Even back in the 80s, it was getting going, man. Keena Turner and all those guys, they had all kind of deals going.
Your connection with San Jose State is I know that you had a great relationship with the great Harry Edwards for so many years when he was both at San Jose State and at San Francisco with the 49ers. Hey, we've got news. Back into the game, Walker Egan. Egan had to leave last drive for San Jose State. We're told it's a lower body injury, but he's back in the game now.
Yeah, I remember he missed all of 2023 after hurting it in 2022, and that may have been what happened on that last play of him in the game.
Well, he wants to throw. See what he's got. Wants a bunch. Into double coverage. No chance there, and a flag. Scudero was sandwiched by two Air Force defenders, and a flag comes out.
Pass interference. Defense, number 5. 15-yard penalty. An automatic. First down.
Now they call it on Roger Jones.
Well, Rogers, the free safety, he had help on the other side, but anytime number 10 comes down in between that coverage and he looks down, you know, if you just identify the ball a little bit sooner, the ball was thrown off the mark, you're probably not going to get that call. But Scudero drew that because of his ability to get between those two would-be defenders.
Yeah, the defense was actually pretty darn good until the last moment. So the ball's now moved to the 40-yard line. Bobble. And eventually caught. That's the first catch of the day for Matthew Coleman. Coleman is probably the 4th best receiving option. That's his 18th catch of the year.
And he can't double clutch that one. I mean, that was like, 4 yards or so. But Matthew Coleman's in that slot position. He's got to be mindful of the fact that is going to be somebody right over his shoulders, man. You start double clutching underneath that ball can get plucked and picked real easily.
Running back next to Egan is Lamar Radcliffe.
Late pressure off the edge.
Egan steps up, picked off. First time in a couple of months. Air Force, their second turnover of the game. Jalen Reese, how do you do? So turnovers on back-to-back possessions for San Jose State.
Well, we're not going to speculate to what it could be, but I don't know if you're on the proper platform. I think Egan, leading the nation in passing, makes that pass, right? He comes off his platform, his eyes come back, and I don't think he sets solid on that. And probably a poor read, but again, the better job on the outside linebacker's part, Jalen Reese. The guy's only like 5'11", 235, man. It looks more like a plugger, but he's shown you some athletic ability on that last play.
That snaps a streak of 276 consecutive passes without an interception for Egan.
And we're knocking on wood. Remember in our meeting, somebody knocked on wood. You almost went there, but that's...
I brought it up. I know.
Hey, man.
Blame it on me. So San Jose State has committed turnovers on 2 of 3 possessions. Recipe for success if you're Air Force. And a good carry, best of the day for Owen Allen. He rumbles deep into the secondary. And it's a great way to start a drive.
Well, we know about Dylan Carson, number 5, and then Owen Allen, number 2, the junior out of South Lake Carroll up in the Dallas area, man. The guy shows you he's got great ability to find and run with power inside. And what a job they've been. And the inflection point started right just before the end of the first quarter when Air Force said, hey, we're going to tighten our splits, run inside, and remain committed. And, boy, now they're possessing the ball and moving.
Sarka. Ran into his own man and still gets 9. He carried the ball 29 times a week ago in the loss against Army. He's on pace to better that today.
And partner, we got to give those guys up front credit. Costin Cooley, number 67. Let's see, Ali Falk, Jack Burnett, the right guard. All of those guys up front are the ones that are making those interior blocks that allow Sarka to get those tough yards. Man, they're blocking for their guy.
You don't need to call him by name. They just want to be known as the Diesel.
Absolutely, Diesel.
The Diesel. Allen, second carry of the drive. Second time he gets a first down.
That's a good read right there. You come to the line of scrimmage and
Ruling on the field is a first down.
doesn't look like there's a lot there, but Allen does a wonderful job of just moving, nodding forward for that extra yard. Got the first down.
Spencer, we worked together all season long. I can count on one hand how many times we've seen the chain gang come out to the field. It doesn't happen anymore.
That's right. Isn't it the truth?
It used to be just a normal circumstance in a college football game, but you never see the chains anymore. Allen's got it. Another good run for Allen. Powers inside the 10. That'll be another first down.
Well, I tell you what, this is absolutely a masterful job of what they're doing from an offensive standpoint. Mike Thiessen, split flow is what we call this. The back comes one direction. The fullback who's going to get the ball goes the opposite direction. Meantime, you still preserve the possibility of the quarterback pitching the ball away. And those inside linebackers know that, so they just remove themselves as defenders.
We need to change Air Force's name. They're doing nothing but running right now. 19 straight runs, make it 20. The ground force gets down to the 6-yard line.
Now, they do what they call tag plays, right, partner? When they make a call and they understand how to attack the front, what you have to be mindful now is because of the way you're blocking things, Troy Calhoun has to make sure that unblocked man on the inside or the far side does not get to his quarterback who's taking his time. And if he takes too long, that end can catch him before he gets going. So they've got to find a way to either seal him or get him out of there.
Second down and goal. Owen Allen's run it 3 times on this drive and got a first down every single touch. He's got it now. Stopped just short of the goal line.
Jalen Boehner is that cornerback who made an outstanding play early. He was the only guy standing between the runner and the end zone. And I like Allen's chances if he finds himself in a matchup with those guys on the edge.
Sarka's leaving the game.
Yeah.
They're going to bring in Kemper Hodges, I think. Yeah, Kemper Hodges. He comes in goal line situation. I don't really understand why. Sarka's a great goal line runner, but they've got a chance here with Hodges. He is a junior quarterback. He's operating out of the pistol. Hodges pushes the pile. Did he?
Yep.
Yes, he did. No, just a little bit short.
There's been a couple of these close calls, man, today. From this reverse angle, you can see it's blocked well. And Hodges shows great patience getting there and leg drive. But, man, I'm telling you, unless the knee hit before.
So they're going to go for it on 4th down. They bring Sarka back in. Allen's behind him.
Tack that left hold on over the left guard. There you go.
Sarka. Touchdown, Air Force. He was able to break the plane jumping over the pile.
And Eric, he did exactly what he was supposed to. That wasn't rocket science. Folks, if you're sitting at home and you just came up and said, hey, where's the soft spot? See that little void up there? Nobody's over that guard. It's a little soft spot, a natural bubble over there. And he tries to take advantage, and he gets in. Run where they ain't. Soccer with an Irish jig.
The first 2 drives for Air Force, 3 and out, 3 and out.
Wow.
Ever since 23 plays, all on the ground, 2 touchdowns.
In-game coaching for Troy Calhoun. That's it, man. Real-time adjustments, the ability to iterate in real time is what makes the difference. That's why they're at the academy, man. And that's why he's been there for so long.
Reagan Tubbs, extra point. As a program, Air Force has now made 68 consecutive extra points. And who would have thunk it? Air Force with 14 unanswered. Now it's touchback. Ball will be spotted at the 25. When we return, San Jose State offense on the field.
Stops Ram.
8:31 remaining in our first half. Walker Egan back on the field, dealing with disappointment for the first time in a while. Threw his first interception since, good golly, September 6th. 276 passes were not picked up. Now, to be fair, I watched his last couple of games. There's some hands on some footballs that were not caught, but still exceedingly accurate and productive. But he was picked off just a moment ago by Jalen Reese.
And you got to wonder what was the cause of it. Was it a bad read? Was he not on platform because of the knee? What was it?
Radcliffe's got it. Radcliffe, best run of the day out to the 39-yard line, but there is a flag down.
So now a little change of pace here. Radcliffe is going to put it on the ground and run it, and there's going to bring
Holding.
back.
Offense, number 60. It's a 10-yard penalty on the main first down.
That's the center, Hudson Mesa.
And that's the redshirt senior. You hate for the guy that's the epicenter of your leadership there. Gets called of it, gets a little bit handy and handsy. He's in the middle with no one over him, right? He's got a reduction, so he's going to just help his partners. Just get those hands outside that white jersey, and he pulls them down. Get you every time.
So first down at 20. May not be that big of a deal. This is a prolific passing attack that San Jose State has. Egan. Ball flutters but makes it to its target. Leland Smith, just like that, you make up a 1st and 20 in one play.
Well, I love that big-bodied ex-receiver out there, all 6'4", 215 inside receiver. The little out cut, settles down, understands the corner, sitting there waiting for him, the safety as well, chokes his motor just a little bit so the ball can be delivered on time without it being compromised.
Delay, Radcliffe. 13 yards on first down for the sophomore.
A great play calling right now. Craig Stutzman mixing things up just a little bit. A little past the previous play now. Nice eyes, too, by the quarterback. Selling everything upfield. Radcliffe paying it off with a nice punishing run.
We were talking to the coaching staff about Radcliffe. I guess he had some fumble issues early in the year. He's over it now. When you're a running back, how do you get rid of those fumble thoughts?
Well, success comes from demonstrated ability, as does confidence. You got to do it. Continue to give him, because they've got replacements now. They're 4 deep in running.
Yeah, they are. Another catch, second of the drive for Leland Smith, and he scoots out close to the line to gain.
Yep, Floyd Chalk and Jabari Bates, all those guys that are started out the year as starters, they moved out the way for some issue, right? They've got the depth, they can do it. Made the call.
Second down and 1. Full playbook right now. Maybe take a chance?
Absolutely. Nice.
Little screen. Only a gain of 2, but it's enough to move the sticks. Kyrie Scholes, tackled by Dallas Daly.
Now you can run that.
Rolling on the field, the first down.
You can run it inside. You can also run it outside, right? They ran that little wham screen toward them. They can also have him sit up in that same position, but just move outwards. That's what I would expect to see sometime in this series.
Game has really slowed down. These teams just kind of having possessions back and forth through the first 6 minutes of the game. Now longer possessions for both sides. Egan's pass is caught. 3rd catch of the series for Leland Smith. Tackled by Corey Johnson, but it's a 15-yard gain.
Well, I know you know this, but Ken Nui-Matalolo is definitely a great coach, man. So he understands he's got to make a move, because his competitor certainly has, in changing the pace and the outcome of this game.
Man, I'm watching Egan throw, man. He throws a good ball, and he's got a standard issue body, man. 6'3", 225. There's been a lot of really good quarterbacks who fit that frame.
Yeah, but he's close to prototype, isn't he?
Hopping through the hole, that's Radcliffe.
And Roger Jones, the safety, man, he's not afraid to put his body in there. Kept it to a minimal 3-4 yard gain there. Outstanding job of him stepping up. I mean, he's only about 5'10", 184 pounds from Huntington. I like the fact that he's willing to stick his nose in there from that free safety position, man. So aggressive.
Yeah, Air Force defense has not been their strong suit this year, but they've been okay. They forced 2 turnovers, and they're making San Jose State earn it, at least on this drive. Tight end in motion is Kanan. High snap. Radcliffe punched down by Blake Fletcher.
No, you know those players weren't going anywhere. What San Jose State did is motion, and you saw nobody move. They just kind of readjusted. And what that tells you is it's a pre-snap read. It's going to be some type of zone coverage, right? If it were man coverage, one of those guys would have mirrored him and went with the motion man.
3rd down and 5. Again, Kanan in motion. San Jose State has troubles in the kicking game. It's now 4th down.
Yeah.
Will they go for it, or will they bring on a kicking team? That was Peyton Zdroik who got a hand on the ball.
And here's the beautiful thing, partner. Just 3 rushing. That's it, right? If you can get 3 to effect, you're playing coverage on the backside there. That's an outstanding job of doing great work there. Tyler Chin, number 62, was the guy blocking him. And again, Zdroik was able to get that hand up and deflected. That's called affecting the quarterback. You don't have to get a sack. Great play.
So with the field goal kicking issues, they choose to go for it on 4th down. 4th down and 5.
Watch the rub on the outside pass.
Egan, softly intercepted. Chance for a big return. Here coming the other way. This is Brown, and Brown close to the 50. 2nd interception of the day thrown by Egan.
A poor decision by Egan. Anytime you get a trifecta on that side, it's a floater, but the out cut by the inside receiver is the natural option. You got to go to it. He missed it. That's twice today. He's made bad decisions.
Big return by Brown gives Air Force starting position at the 46-yard line. First man through is Dylan Carson. How about Air Force? First 2 possessions, whole bunch of nothing. Actually, not a lot of nothing. 3 plays, punt. 3 plays, and punt. Last 2 drives have been lengthy, all on the ground, and resulting in touchdowns. And now they're feeling the vapors with the turnovers coming in bunches.
Take nothing away from Coach Calhoun. He's done a wonderful job, but that Egan certainly helped him with that poor decision he just made.
This is Carson. If you're just joining us, folks, Spencer's been talking quite a bit about the in-game coaching decisions
on the field's a 1st down.
that have been made by Troy Calhoun in this game. The offense has changed dramatically from what they started doing to what they're doing now.
And for an offensive-minded guy, a former quarterback, Coach Calhoun is doing some of the stuff that I used to see George Seifert do. I used to see George make calls, and he'd tell Mike Holmgren, I can defend that, Mike. And Mike would turn beet red, right? And he would literally do it. You look up and you see, any of our defensive players run into the flats, covering backs and stuff. Real time.
And the beat continues. There is a flag down. Nice gain by Dylan Carson, but will it hold up?
Yeah, they'll sort this out. And this just reminds me of kind of like a death by 1,000 cuts. One of the things that Troy Calhoun has done is just turn this game on its ear and created a context where now it's Ken Niumatalolo has to.
There are 2 fouls on the offense.
Oh.
Holding, number 67. That penalty is declined. Holding, number 80.
Wow.
That's accepted. 10-yard penalty. Remains 1st down.
So they declined the penalty on Kostin Cooley, and they accept the penalty on Simon Kibbe. Kibbe's got to be saying, what the heck? What did I do? Why me? So they only take 1 of them, and it's a -10, and that's not what Air Force needs, considering the fact that they have not thrown the ball since the first quarter.
Correction, the foul's on number 88, not 80, 88.
It was really bad for Simon Kibbe. I'm getting a call, not even in the game. It was on Bruin Fleischman. So now, do they pass? 1st down and 20. Still on the ground. Oh, my goodness, they're doing it again. Oh, and Allen gets 19. Incredible.
Fullback dive, man. I used to love this play. I scored my first college touchdown against Ohio State.
Offense, number 52. 10-yard penalty. And main 1st down.
Oh, my goodness.
Who'd they get? A 62?
I thought it was, 62, Jack Burnett.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
They got the right guard on that one. It wasn't clear to me, but I'm sure they saw it and they called it. But that's unfortunate because that play right there was reminded me so much of what we used to do at Oklahoma back in the day, man. That pop play for the fullback, hit your head on the goalpost, man.
There's no chance that we're going to not see a pass now, right? It's going to be 1st and 30. They're actually further back than when this drive first started. They got a couple of 1st downs, but they've lost 20. Technically 1st and 26.
I just want to see where number 21 is.
They do stay on the ground, and everyone in the house knew it. And Allen is tackled by a bunch of Spartans. And now maybe San Jose State starts to think about the clock and timeout.
San Jose State will take their first charge timeout of the half. 30 seconds.
That's probably a good decision, knowing that it's going to be hard for Air Force to get this first down, and San Jose State needs points. Well, Fox College Football Friday is under the lights in prime time. Next week, it is a battle in the Big Ten as Minnesota takes on Dante Moore and the 9th-ranked Oregon Ducks. That's Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on Fox.
Well, the tenor of this game certainly has changed, partner. It's been impressive to watch the in-game adjustment. That is really going to be the theme of this one.
.239 remaining. Ken Niumatalolo is a brilliant tactician, understands that his team not only will get the ball back if they can get a stop, but they're going to start the second half with possession of the football. So this game could turn on a dime. 26 consecutive running plays. And now a running play. Probably just strategic to make San Jose State call a timeout.
Yep, and what you're watching here is a clinic on how the art of protecting the lead, right?
San Jose State will take their second charge timeout of the half. 30 seconds. Please reset the game clock to 2:33. 2:33. Thank you.
Partner, we got a lot of football left to play, but again, if you can play with a lead significant more than double digits.
Thank you.
And keep the ball to yourself and away from this prolific offense, the nation leading passing, you're in a driver's seat in this contest. This is a great coaching job here by Troy Calhoun.
The last passing play for Air Force came at the 10:21 mark of our first quarter.
I mean, see, that's the inflection point right there, and there's the evidence that this game right now is being won between the head. This is inside the game, and there's a lot of different ways you can skin a cat, and I hope I don't offend anybody by making that reference, but there's a lot of ways you can win football games, and this is one of them. It looks ugly, but you know what? It sure is good.
My phone's blowing up. It's the folks in PETA. All right, so San Jose State, they've got one timeout remaining. Will Air Force throw the football? Sarka's right-handed, in case you forgot. And Sarka's tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That's what they needed. Taufa Tafoa. And it's 4th down and forever. San Jose State's going to get the ball back.
They're going to need a lot of negative plays like this. Playing on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage is what Sparty's got to do, man. They've got to be able to be consistent. It would be helpful if they get back to their 23 levels of creating turnovers. That's something that Coach Odom hadn't been able to get from this bunch, but they got to get better.
First tackle for loss that we've seen in our game by either side. And the clock goes down to the 2-minute warning. So we have got the 2-minute timeout. San Jose State's got to get the ball back with ton, unless something bizarre happens. Jalen Thomas is the returner. Oh, look at that. Beautiful stoppage. Ball bounces at the 1, and it's probably going to be marked at the 3 or the 4 as it had some check back.
Yeah, that Mac Daddy, and then a little 9-iron with a little touch pitch on it. Little grease. Spin back.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, earning the scholarship, Luke Freer. A long field in front of Walker Egan, who has thrown interceptions twice in his last 6 passes.
Let's see if he can shake it off. We know just from watching, one of them was just a poor decision. That was the last one. And the other one perhaps could have been because of a knee off platform, but Ken Niumatalolo has got to be able, as the head coach, to discern what it is and make decisions on who's got to lead this team now down 14-3.
San Jose State scored the game's first points way back in the first quarter. They've been blitzed 14-0 since. One timeout to work with, thrown out of the end zone and batted down. No, it's intercepted.
Wow, it sure is. Safety.
Safety. That was a
ruling on the field of safety.
It's going to be a safety as the ball's batted and caught by a lineman. I don't think I've ever seen this before.
Air Force returns the first silent warning of the game. Next one will be a penalty.
Oh my goodness! It was batted 3 times before it's caught by Radcliffe, who is in pass protection, who's tackled in the end zone.
It was Isaac Herbert, though, number 30, the outside linebacker, who came on what they call a game and a deal. When the defensive end and the outside linebacker switch responsibilities and they crisscross and they come underneath like this, he comes through and rips through that double team and gets a hand up, man. And that ball just careens off 2 helmets.
Well, you got to be smarter than that if you're Ratcliffe, right? If your pass protection, the ball comes to you, you're in the end zone.
Absolutely.
You can't catch that.
Yeah, you can't catch it, man. Just bat that thing down. I'm not quite sure what that's about.
Well, it's tight quarters to bat it down, but you can't catch it. It's 2 points in the ball.
Well, I don't. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. But if that ball is going to touch somebody else and it's in that tight circle with so many bodies jammed in there, somebody's going to have a chance to catch that ball. You don't want anybody to catch it, let alone yourself. Again, hence the safety.
So San Jose State was dreaming big dreams. They had the ball. They were going to get it first in the second half. But now they give up 2 points, and they're going to have to give the ball away, and they're not going to get it back, considering they only have 1 timeout remaining.
Well, there's ebb and the flow in the course of any game, and this is unfortunate if you're San Jose State, because the bottom line is you're not going to get the ball back likely.
Matthias Brown, spinning kick. Starting at the 16-yard line is Cade Harris. He can fly. Pretty good return.
Yep, good field position.
Air Force will take it. So now, does Air Force throw the football?
No, they don't need to throw it. They're going to just bleed this thing and work it and see if they can get yardage down the field and maybe get a field goal out of it. But there's no need for them to change the inflection of this game right now. It's working to perfection.
Game hasn't really started until Sarkis got blood on the jersey. Usually only lasts about 3 or 4 plays. He's got cuts and lacerations that won't heal until February.
I told you he's an A-10 warthog, man.
29 straight runs for Air Force. Somewhere Red Grange is smiling.
Pitch it.
30 consecutive runs. Harris goes out of bounds. That'll stop the clock with 1:31 remaining.
You know, Cade Harris is their kind of Swiss Army knife, right? But when you're running that option play into the boundary, that is the short side of the field, man, sometimes it's better just to turn that thing up and get as many yards as you can.
Yeah, is Coach Calhoun upset the fact that he went out of bounds?
I think he is. I think more importantly, he's upset that he made a poor read. I mean, that you go out of bounds is not all that bad, but there's no need for you to do that. Keep the ball vertical, north and south, running.
I'm of the impression that they would almost rather just get out of this first half. That's more important to them than getting points. Yeah, they don't want to give the ball back to San Jose State.
That's another reason you don't want to run out of bounds. Air Force call a timeout.
Take the first charge timeout of the half. 30 seconds.
So the first timeout called for Air Force. Fox Sports proudly salutes our nation's veterans and the organizations that serve them every day. Our veterans deserve to live with dignity and independence, not on the streets. That is why we're making Camo our cause this Veterans Day in support of the Honor U.S. Vets campaign. To donate and learn how you can help end veteran homelessness, visit go.fox/US Vets.
It's a wonderful cause.
Veterans Day on Tuesday, 11/11. Troy Calhoun is a veteran, Air Force officer, 89 to 95, was a fantastic quarterback. Only Kirk Ferentz and Kyle Whittingham, Iowa and Utah, have been at their respective schools as head coaches longer.
That?
And that's pretty cool.
Yep, that's great.
Look at that. 7 out of 9 on Veterans Day weekend. After the timeout, second down and 7. Another run. Allen crosses midfield. Clock will continue to move.
Yep. And I love that when you got 3/4 of the field to your advantage. And that's okay if you try to bounce it out, because you're not going to be running out of bounds. You're going to get to the hash and then upfield.
I would call timeout if I was San Jose State.
Well,
if I'm San Jose State, Air Force doesn't want to pass the football.
Well, Air Force has shown you they've already called one timeout. They're trying to preserve opportunity.
Yeah, they snap it with a whole bunch of time on the play clock.
Nice.
There's the first pass in a month of Sundays. Arm wasn't too rusty. Complete to Bruin Fleischman.
That was like butter, man. That was smooth. Fleischman caught it. Big time. I've been watching.
Yes, Fleischman did catch it smoothly. You think he'd have a header with the drops? Butterfingers, maybe, Fleischman.
There you go.
So that snaps a streak of 31 consecutive runs. Another pass, and that'll stop the clock.
Yeah, you don't want to have a steady diet of trying to throw the ball off platform, you know, coming out, play action to your left, and then having to set up to throw the ball back right. But I love the idea of what they're doing, partner.
Air Force does have a long distance weapon, and his name is Reagan Tubbs. He made a 52-yard field goal a week ago. They're getting close to that area on the field right now. Not kicking at altitude, though.
They've got a down to burn, so with it 41 seconds, they got plenty of time.
Third straight pass. And it's now 3rd down and 10.
The only thing I didn't like about that one is I would like a little bit more time to be burned off the clock, because you're going to have one more play that you can burn here, and you want as little time on there. Not to suggest that San Jose State is going to come back and move the ball down the field, but it's going to preserve an opportunity for you to make another play.
Reagan Tubbs getting loose. 4 for 5 on field goals this year, with a long of 52. And you got right on the field right now would be a 55-yarder if they don't get another yard.
Yep. You got timeouts in your pocket.
Design quarterback run. This will either keep the game clock going or force San Jose State to call timeout.
It talks about explosive plays and all that. It gets you up into the 90s. That isn't even a factor right now. They've got to reduce those turnovers.
So the Spartans start with Lamar Radcliffe in the backfield next to Egan. Scudero's been super quiet ever since that first drive for San Jose State. There's a flag down on the field.
That's going to be holding. And again, this is one of those plays that takes so long to develop. We call this Fox 2 or Fox 3 run.
Holding. Offense, number 74. 10-yard penalty. Remains 1st down.
Oh boy. Heading in the wrong direction. So a bad start to this 3rd quarter. We talked so much coming into this week, getting all excited to see not just Walter Egan, but also Danny Scudero. Scudero came into this game with 63 catches, close to 1,100 yards. He's got 1 catch for 5 yards in our first half.
And we never would have thought a back end anchored by a true freshman at safety has been able to accomplish that. That's amazing.
Ball's on the 15-yard line. Quick hitter. Pass is complete. That's the guy we're talking about, Scudero, his 2nd catch.
Look how Syke in the right cornerback here comes up. Number 4, you can see him. He's got eyes inside, so he's going to keep all the activity in his purview so he can see it. This is a minimalist response. He knows he's got to pass that guy off, but inside-out coverage. Banjo protected himself. Outstanding defense.
Egan throws it away. 3rd down. Now, I'm no scout, and I don't know the professional status of Walker Egan. He's a 5th-year senior, but if I am scouting for a professional league, I want to know what Egan can do down by 13 after playing 30 minutes where not much went his way.
Absolutely. And again, you have had historically, at least this year, the weapons around him to bail him out a little bit. But what can the captain do under pressure with his back against the wall now? I love your example. The leadership is what I would be looking for, how he navigates this spot.
3rd down and 7, trying to stay on the field. Complete. That'll be enough for the 1st down. Leland Smith crosses the 35.
Yeah, and that shallow crossing route, good for double-digit yardage. That's the kind of play that you're going to have a guy like that open. And he had a couple opportunities. His eyes flash his front side. Then he comes back and picks up the shallow crossing route. I mean, those are the type of leverage plays that he's got to continue to make and know that they're going to be there for him.
Egan's thrown the ball in the direction of Smith 5 times. He's caught every one for 62 yards.
He's going to have a similar inside receiver open on this play if he chooses to throw the way. It's a big-time throw, though.
Egan wants a bunch. That's a jump ball. And coming down with it, making the play is Scholes. That was a 50-50 ball. Anyone had a chance for it, and Scholes comes down with it.
Well, that's a great job of athleticism there by the Z receiver, 6 foot, 182 pounds from Arborview. He goes up and makes that ball, what would be a 50-50 ball. I'm going to call it an 80-20. 80% of the time, I'm coming down with that one. That's about know-how and want to.
So all of a sudden, the Spartans knocking on the door. Egan sets up the screen. Radcliffe's got it. Weaving close to the 1st down marker.
Now, here's the thing that they're doing. They're getting them in chunks, right? That's one of the things that define their play up until this point in the first half of this contest. Let's see if Air Force has a response.
Hey, good news for the Spartans. Their right tackle, Tyler Chen, who had to leave the game in the second quarter, he's back on the field now. So their offensive line is back intact, the same five that began the game on the field now for the Spartans. Steve Chavez Soto is the back in the backfield. They give it
Nice
to him.
call.
Chavez Soto has the first down, tackled at the 9. Roger Jones with the tackle.
Yeah, he did a great job, did Roger Jones, coming from that safety position, number 5 into your field. The late movement inside created a natural hole there, and on the outside they came waiting. Sione Naomi was the guy that blocked him, number 74, the left guard, who pulled and came around. A wonderful job of him just IDing where to block, and just follow that blocking, man. You're going to find some space.
Slow to get up. Mikhail Sykin. We've got an official timeout. Both sides have gone to their sideline. And this is just going to be a quick blow for both sides. Steve Chavez Soto, who just had that last carry for San Jose State. He is the reigning Mountain West Freshman of the Week. Had 3 rushing touchdowns in the game against Hawaii. They call him Baby Scattaboo because the big name in the football world, even though he's out with an injury, Cam Scattaboo. Everyone wants to be that guy right now. Strong, physical runner.
That prayers up to him, man, that devastating injury. Nice.
Chavez Soto spun down. Dallas Daly, another tackle.
Dallas making some really good plays at that will linebacker position. Usually he's going to be behind Blake Fisher, but he's stepping up, man, and making some nice edge plays because they're trusting these will linebackers and the outside guys to be in space making plays against guys who typically are going to be more athletic than they are.
Spartans just a field goal. In the first half, they turned it over 3 times.
Just a 3-man rush.
Egan spikes it.
Wow. Boy, it's so tough, Eric, to play coverage back here. It's to your advantage. If you can get pressure with just 3, that means you got 8 guys back in that green area. Everything is condensed down there. A lot of white jerseys. And having thrown 2 interceptions already, you better believe that reel is running in the back of his mind with all those white jerseys back there.
9th play of the drive. San Jose State's kicking game, not elite. They don't want to settle for a field goal.
Sticking with this 3-man rush, 3, playing coverage, 8 on the back end.
Quick hitter.
Nice.
No chance at all. Smith the catch, but he's wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's Max Mustel and Dallas Daly again. The safety and the will linebacker, inside and out, tackling, playing with form, man. Just absolutely, this is great defense right here. Again, watch number 8. And then watch number 36 come up and put this guy between them, playing with leverage, outside shoulder. Why outside? Because I know I've got help coming from the inside, and we want to play defense with integrity.
So in the first quarter, Dennis Lynch had a field goal. This time it'll be Matthias Brown with an attempt. 24-yarder. You got the right-footed Brown kicking because the ball's on the left hash. You had the left-footed Lynch kicking when the ball's on the right hash. Goofy.
So what can Brown do for you? Liam comes back in now. As if you're Troy Calhoun, have they done enough in this first drive of the second half to force you to change away from that conservative style interior running game, or do you feel pressured that you got to score points now? I would stick with the plan, continue to run inside until they stop you. And it looks like they've got that fullback kind of bunched up in there.
Carson's number 5. He's beside Sarka. Carson's got it.
Nice.
Has his legs taken out by Pollard, who once again has had a special game. Gain of 4.
Yeah, Carson took a shot to the shin there. He's gimpy. I don't know if they call his number again, but I can tell you this, 4 yards is a good gain on a first down for this program and this system. The way it works, you get 4 more on first down, and then it is to them run past conflict scenario, although they're likely to run it again. Just look at the relative alignment. That pistol, man, is cocked really tight. In other words, he's so close to the quarterback.
Sarka keeps it. He's got the first down.
Absolutely.
Spencer, I want to ask you, with all this running that Air Force is doing, they're not a big team. We talk about the size of their tackles and their guards and their center. Not huge. Is it taxing on a defense with all these runs, even if these guys aren't huge?
That's a great question. It can be taxing, but this style of option game forces guys to stay in space. In other words, react to the read. So you're not sprinting, chasing someone. You're in no man's land. Sometimes you're not quite sure what to do. You're not expending energy. You just have to use your mind to make the right decisions. That's the difference. So they're not physically taxed. They're mentally taxed.
First down run for Carson. Picks up 3.
And there's no worse feeling. That's a great question that you asked. There's no worse feeling as a defender to be in no man's land, and the guy's got the ball in the belly of the fullback, and he's riding, and you're saying, oh, I'm going to take that ball. I'm going to take the fullback. Go ahead and take it. I'm pulling it out. Now, if you wasted yourself and tackled a guy that doesn't have the ball, that is more frustrating for a defensive player than anything else.
Look at that tight formation.
Yeah, they're bunched up, man. Inverted bone. Toss.
Pitch out into space. This is Frew. Close to the line to gain. It'll depend on the spot.
And see, this is the only thing I don't like about what they do in this system. They would prefer to go to the edge and run out instead of turning the ball up the field. You don't, the clock is going to continue to tick now because of where we are, but I'd love to see these guys get up the field because it diminishes the defense's mindset when you're able to get plus yards like that.
So that's the second first down of the drive. Troy Calhoun putting on a master's class.
Boy, isn't he? Oh, my gosh.
Sarka. Looking at his numbers, that is now his 16th run compared to just one passing completion.
Yep, and your point about the master's class is brilliant because Sarka made a poor read there. In other words, he had his head down and actually ran to his own guys. But because he's running with integrity to a portion of the field that your head coach has said, this is what we're going to run. We're going to run to that grass area. He just stumbled for an extra 3 yards after that, even with his head down, bumping to a couple of his own guys. This is structurally a great clinic that they're putting on.
Consistently getting good chunks of yards on first down.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Allen, best runner in the first half for Air Force. His first touch of the second half. It's going to bring up third down and short.
See, it doesn't get any better this. I don't care if you are running offense or passing offense. 3rd and 1 is a classic run-pass conflict. And if you're a defense, particularly against an option team, you're not quite sure what's coming your way.
3rd down and 1. 6 straight runs to start this drive for Air Force. Quarterback keeper, change move. How difficult is it for Derek Odom, the defensive coordinator
first down
for San Jose State, to deal 7 days ago with Hawaii and their pass-happy attack, and then have just a handful of days to get ready for what Air Force is doing?
He's been there a long time, 9 years as coordinator, but I can tell you this. When you go from polar opposite end, he referred to it as being like the North Pole and the South Pole, 2 antithetical schemes that you're facing in a week. That puts tremendous pressure on guys whose technique has been oriented to stopping and defending as pass defenders. Now you're dealing purely with the run now. It's a totally different discipline. So tough.
Finally, a good stop on first down. San Jose State's going to be happy with that. Noah Siosi with the tackle. Gain of a yard, maybe 2.
Big Noah, I'm going to put an end to all of that. He's playing on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage. He's smiling about it. That's what you need. You need about 4 or 5 more of those things on this drive, man, particularly on the early downs. That's exactly what you need to do on first down.
Still no passes on this drive for Air Force.
I forced him out of that under center. Nice.
Harris has got it. And Harris caught behind the line of scrimmage.
I just don't get it. As strong and tough as this quarterback is, man, I would not let the quarterback develop a reputation for running harder inside than I would be if I were a back. They've got to learn how to turn that ball upfield.
John Norwood doesn't get a whole bunch of playing time, but he's got a tackle for loss right there. Welcome to the game, John Norwood. Now he leaves the game. So one play, gets a TFL, and now he's out. It's 3rd down and 9. And they run it. And close to the line to gain. Is paid
they're going to give it to him. They're close to it.
It looks like it's a little bit short, but definitely close enough to at least think about it.
And so how did you create the advantage? You put him in motion. Jet motion means that that guy is running and you're stationary. If you're a linebacker, you're going to have to hightail it to get there.
We've got a flag down in the field. This came late.
Holding.
Oh, my.
Offense, number 88. 10-yard penalty. Made third down.
That's the only thing that has held back Air Force since scoring those 2 touchdown drives.
And you think about how improbable it was for them to get 9 yards on that play right there. And they got it almost. And so the holding is going to bring it back. And this guy right here, just let him go. Is that Fleischman?
Yeah. They saw that in the upper deck. He wasn't going to get away with that. So the ball is moved back to the 50. They need to get to the 32. So about 18 yards they're going to need. And a whistle before the snap.
Wow.
False start. Offense, number 21. 5-yard penalty.
Not often that you say it, but Troy Calhoun and the Air Force Falcons are making self-inflicted mistakes with these penalties.
No question. They're doing to themselves in this second half what San Jose State did to themselves in the first half. And so Troy's got to figure out how we're going to mitigate this right now and put our finger in the dike and stop the leaking.
6 penalties for 55 yards assessed against Air Force. That's a big number. 3rd and 23. Good luck. Harris. Nominal gain. Falcons will have to punt.
Yep, that wham screen into the short side of the field. Not a lot of room to work with it, but you know, if you're going to pass it, let it be a high percentage, not something down the field that you're not used to doing. And they get it in the hands of the most gifted guy, the one that they rely on to line up anywhere. And about the best decision you have. And Coach Odom says, hey, we stopped them there, guys. Let's get the ball back in the hands of our prolific offense and get them untracked.
Freer's punt. Pretty good.
Keep their bowl hopes alive and their expectations there as well.
2nd down and 3, and the pass sails high. Looking for Scudero.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a must-win category here. And they're inching back, and I think they're past that window that we articulated earlier about an average of like 4.5 minutes on their drive where it would put them. They need more points.
That mouth guard for Scudero, you can tell it's never been used. There's not an indentation at all. It's just there for show. 3rd down and 3. Chavez Soto in the backfield. They give it to him. Delayed handoff. He's not going to get there.
And the beautiful thing about it, there was a run blitz put on there. That's an excellent defensive call for the Falcons.
Aiden Swartz made the important tackle. So 4th down and 1. The offense stays on the field for San Jose State.
Let's see what Nick Toth and Brian Noor have dialed up here defensively.
Chavez Soto. What confidence! The freshman scores it. Touchdown, Spartans. They give the ball to one of the youngest players on the entire roster with the season hanging in the balance.
Now, this is the equivalent of breaking serve right now. They've done something they hadn't done to this point. Score a touchdown. And, boy, they did it emphatically, right? Roger Jones coming in there at that safety position, trying to make a play and just got Chavez's hand right in his mouth. And, boy, he did it with intention. Oh, he's got that shield up. He's Sparty, man.
4 touchdowns over the last 2 games for Chavez Soto. And all of a sudden, it's a 3-point game.
If the Colonel knew we waited this long to bring our tangy, smoky KFC Original Honey Barbecue back, he'd be
538. Back to Eric and Spence.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Mike. How about Vanderbilt?
How about that?
Huh? Woo. Commodores come alive.
Wow.
little extra time's no bunch. All right, Air Force has got the football. When they don't make mistakes like penalties, they're close to unstoppable. Not a good start to that drive. No gain. There's a flag down. Flag down late.
Now, depending on who this.
After the play, personal foul, necessary roughness, defense, number 26. That 15-yard penalty is added to the end of the run. An automatic first down.
That is a gift. Ethan Powell hands up 15 yards.
That's really unnecessary. Again, you got them on their heels, and Powell and company showing their emotions. You got to contain all of that stuff, fellas. You've turned the tide in this game. You scored your first touchdown. Coach Ken has put you in a position where you can now close and pay off some of those close calls you've had for the entire season. Self-inflicted.
So fresh set of downs. 1st and 10. Carson and Frew in the backfield next to Sarka. And it's Sarka. Carry number 19 for Sarka after carrying the ball 29 times last week.
Well, Grand Plate defense right now playing at a high level and just sensing the moment, the opportunity to put the ball back in the prolific offense's hands.
Play clock's down to 3.
Not going to get this off. Nope.
And Troy Calhoun was asking for a timeout. Did he get it?
The play clock was not properly restarted. Please reset the play clock to 25 seconds and the game clock to 13:30. And start both on a ready for play signal.
Yeah, we saw that. We saw Calhoun. He was running down asking for more time. He thought that something was wrong, and he was right.
Yeah, and in total in control was Liam Sark. I mean, he was putting his hands up in the air and indicating that need to go up. Clock.
2nd down run. Carson upended. Larry Turner Gooden on the tackle.
That spin reverse option. Nebraska made this thing famous right here. Turner Gill back in the day, you know, with the triplets that he had, Mike Rozier, Turner Gill, and all those guys, man, they were just absolutely outstanding. Come out reverse to freeze those linebackers so they can get good angles by the linemen. Works well.
3rd down and a short 4. They fake it to Harris. Sarka is caught by the ankles. Taufa Tafoa makes another tackle. It's 4th down. And do you have a hard decision to make if you're Air Force?
Taufa Tafoa knowing exactly what you need to do. Making plays on the opposite side of line of scrimmage. Those negative plays is how you cut through this lead right now and shift this thing. Coach Calhoun's got to make some decisions.
They're going to roll the dice. They're going for it.
They're going.
4th down and 1. How tight are they at that line of scrimmage? Little pitch. Out of space.
He got it.
And the 1st down is achieved by Frew.
Wow. That was huge right there, man.
Spencer, I don't know. When you're in a huddle and it's 4th down and 1, is it communicated? Does the quarterback say, hey, guys, it's 4th down? Or does everyone just know by looking up at the scoreboard?
The context, everybody should know what the context is, but he does always remind them, say, look, guys, this is the point. This is the context. These are the focal points. So we call them tags that we put on plays so guys' interest can be pointed in that direction. They know.
Sarka to throw.
Nice.
Beautiful. The tight end Fleischman's got it. It's a big play for Air Force.
Well, you get so oriented from a defense of seeing those little formations of tight to purely run, and then all of a sudden they come out of that with a short motion, and the ball is out of the hands. By the time you drop in your coverage, Powell is there, number 26, but it's too late. He has that outside receiver responsibility to the short side of the field. It's what we call hook, flat, curl. He missed the assignment, did Powell.
Long field goal range right now for Air Force. They don't want to settle for 3. They lead by 3. A touchdown would look really nice for the Falcons if they can get it.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you run it.
He's got the first down. Blowing up defenders. Down to the 13.
And
this kid runs hard.
I'm sorry, partner. I'm not cheering for anybody, man, but I'm just telling you, as a purist and understanding how to run the option game, I've been preaching all night long. You've got to turn the ball upfield, particularly running into the short side. Boom, get north and south. Everybody is running this direction. You can make them work against themselves. It's just an outstanding job of reading that and then naturally flowing and then getting right back vertical. That's an outstanding Rob.
It was Larry Turner Gooden who put his health on the line and got stomped by Cade Frew. 17 important yards for the Falcons. Sarka caught at the line of scrimmage. The clock continues to move. If Air Force can get a touchdown combined with where we are in the fourth quarter, it's going to be a long, tough road for San Jose State.
Great penetration up at the top of your camera there, and again, just ability to play on the opposite side of the field. When San Jose State has had success is when they played on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
52 rushes for 210 yards for Air Force. They're averaging 4 yards a carry. Sarka tackled right at the line again. That's the second nice play made at the line of scrimmage by Salome Longi.
You know, he had Rocco Conte outside for the pitch. I want you to just imagine this. 44 is in motion. Watch the quarterback ride and mesh and they come down the field. Attack that in and then deal that ball on the perimeter. You had it there. That's where you got to be aggressive as a quarterback and run toward that defensive end downhill.
Where he's 51, he looks like Dick Butkus to me.
He does.
All right, 3rd down and 9. They fake it to Allen. Sarka.
Nice.
Caught. Touchdown.
Wow.
Quinn Smith. Air Force takes the lead out higher. 22-13 with an extra point pending.
And I'm telling you, we know it's been lopsided in terms of selection, run, pass. This is what a balanced offense looks like. It means doing what we need to do when we need to do it. And they're able to complete a pass when they needed to complete it. Otherwise, it's been a run fest for the majority of the night. Smith paying it off.
Reagan Tubbs makes it a 10-point lead. Extra points are automatic with Air Force. They have now made 69 consecutive. How about these Falcons? They've got themselves a nice working margin, a stiff function to come back in the game. We'll see. 1st down and 10 for San Jose State. Egan. That's a long pass. Ball's in the air a long time, and the catch is made. Kyrie Scholes down to the 35.
Boy, it's a lot of time to be back on the back end of that coverage trying to defend in that situation. Oh, you can hate to see it, too. You got him turned around on the inside. The receiver just sees it and recognizes. He falls down. The defender, Brown, just falls down.
26-yard gain. Caught. It's Kanan. Kanan's had a nice night. 1st down inside the 25.
Yeah, had a nice night, and he got open because of the pressure to the short side of the field. The numbers came, and Egan, to his credit, saw where the pressure came from and just threw the ball where they vacated.
6th year in the program for Jackson Kanan. Longest tenured player.
Here's another one of those wicked situations with the trips formation, and they're going to have an out cut. In other words, whoever's in the flat by those numbers is going to be open right now.
Middle of the field. Tipped. Incomplete. Blake Fletcher got a hand on it.
You know, sometimes you come to the line of scrimmage predetermined. You'll show them a front. I remember back in the olden days that trips didn't mean anything. Art Briles would come and put those guys all the way to the boundaries and the edges and then run dive. All he wanted to see was where the heck you were going to line up so he could set you up. You know, so sometimes it'll happen. You got to give them credit, man. They'll spend it down to get 2.
All right, a field goal here wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for San Jose State, but they don't want to settle for that. They're down 10. Egan flushed. And he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. He's a little gimpy, and he's trying to walk that thing off, man. You can clearly see, though, that knee doesn't give him balance. He's comporting himself extremely well right now for the leadership moment.
So it's third down.
Third down, Spartans.
Great coach right there, man.
Daly is back in the game. Dallas Daly wearing that green dot, middle backer number 8. Egan passes caught, but that's short of the line to gain.
Yep. Great defensive strategy there. We had one what we call a port side charge. Everybody is going to move one space over to their left, the left side or port side charge. So everybody's coming over, and that makes it tough to throw into.
They're going to go for a field goal.
How about it?
Oh, my goodness.
This is
the
a
field goal unit is not great,
nope,
folks.
They're not.
So they don't want to go for the field goal because this is not automatic. Because they're on the right hash, the lefty kicker, Dennis Lynch will kick. And
we got it.
He squeezes it through. Probably a little closer than anyone in the stands wanted it to be, but it goes. It's now a 7-point game.
Whoa.
Fad diets, outrageous workouts. What haven't you tried?
To receive the kickoff. Air Force is really just thinking field goal. If they can get 3 more points, they'd have a really great chance of winning this. Touchback. So charging onto the field, the quarterback Liam Sarka. He is our player profile sponsored by Google, his day-to-day.
Well, he did a wonderful job on the ground, a couple of touchdowns via that department. And again, when they needed him most, he has been the guy he has been all year long. Inside, tough as nails. We've been teasing and calling him the A-10 Warthog. For those of you that don't know, this is a plane that's closely aligned with Air Force, man. It's got a nose on it and a 50-millimeter cannon. This guy is running just like that thing. He's spirited.
He's run for 2 touchdowns and passed for 1. Owen Allen, first man throw. And Owen Allen gets 10 tough yards.
So you needed that run like on a third down, what you need to do, because you got 3 downs to burn that clock, and it's going to continue to run. You're not passing the ball. Wow, that's impressive.
Well, Air Force, they got a long drive for you. They've shown that in the past. They are more than capable of burning a whole bunch of clock.
Yep.
Back in that first half, they had an 8-minute and 37-yard drive. 8-minute and 37-second drive. That's 5 yards on first down.
This is where Nick Toth and Brian Noor have got to challenge their defense. And then the offense has got to do the same thing when they're in the ball game. And then Coach Calhoun has got to manage all of it, right? And say, hey, whatever they do, we've got to have a solution for it. And right now the solution is to possess the ball.
I'm looking at this formation right now. The 2 guys at the top of the screen, they never actually went into the huddle. They just hung out close to the sideline, and the other 9 guys were in the huddle. I got to figure they're not involved in this play. And it is a running play. It's Carson. He's going to get close to the line. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
Is that lot 2 in there on that play? Dove in there and knifed in there, number 4.
So they're doing the same thing. All 11 guys aren't in the huddle.
Yeah, they're trying to preserve clock, and here's the thing about it. They're trying to communicate effectively. Fleischman and company, they're close to the sideline. All those guys are getting information in there. You've got 2 guys on the side giving faux signals, trying to confuse folks, so that's ancillary. You don't even worry about that. There's 2 guys that you got to be mindful of. The guy who's bringing in the play and the one who's giving the specific tag.
3rd down and 3.
Nice.
First down, Air Force! Owen Allen hard charging. He's getting close to 100 yards on his day.
Yep, communication becomes at a premium, and there's something to be said for proximity. The closer you are to that sideline, the more effectively you should be able to communicate. And here's the net result of it. You're able to pop it through there, and those guys get tight instructions on how to block that play. Man, that's great football right there.
This kid's nails, man.
Yeah, he is.
He's got gravel in his guts and spit in his eye. Allen now over 100 yards. He's got 103. Time a factor. Allen. Gain of 4 on first down.
Allen
San
almost,
Jose State, what are they thinking timeout-wise,
yeah,
right?
I think you got to be thinking a consciousness of the timeout. And say, hey, look,
San Jose State, that's the first charge of the half.
maybe we can get a big play. They're going to have to get a turnover somehow, force the ball out, and somehow get a disruptive play. They need an explosive defensive play. Coach Odom's over there trying to coach him up a little bit, but he's saying, hey, guys, our back is up against the wall right now. We need something special.
Okay, the ball's on the 33-yard line. So if you extrapolate, this would be a close to a 50-yard field goal. We know that the kicker for Air Force, Reagan Tubbs, has got a big leg. He had a 52-yarder a week ago. A field goal would make it a 10-point game. But that field goal is no gimme at all.
So if it's a two-possession game, you're in a hole.
You're in trouble.
You're in trouble. So whatever it is, you got to be mindful of the clock to preserve as much time as you possibly can. You know you've got a prolific offense, but this night, Air Force has done a decent job, above decent, in keeping the cap on it.
Second down at 7. Sarka pays the price. Taniela Latu with the tackle. It's now third down, and San Jose State uses timeout number 2.
Second timeout of the half. 30 seconds.
We talked to Ken Niumatalolo, the head coach for San Jose State, and he was saying, you know what, this is crazy. Guys are bunched up in the Mountain West. We still got a puncher's chance, but we got to win out.
Yep, and that's the key. And you look on the schedule, they're going to be favored in 2 of those 3 down there at the bottom. But look, they're the leader of the conference. They've got to deal with them. This is a must-win game, in my opinion. I understand the whole mantra of 1-0, and I get it. But they got to get this game right here to have a reasonable sense that they can run the table the rest of the way out.
Still games against Nevada, San Diego State, and Fresno State for San Jose State. We've got a third down and 4. A first down for Air Force would be huge. Cade Frew is the deep man behind Sarka. And Sarka lunges. He's 1.5 yards shy of the line of gain.
So what line are they on right now? Because I think they're going to run this ball again. I think they're going to.
You could kick 47-yarder.
Yeah, well.
We'll take their third and final timeout of the half. 30 seconds.
So that's what's happening right now with Troy Calhoun. You can kick a longish field goal, which would not be guaranteed at all, about 47, 48-yarder, or you could go for it in fourth and a long one.
Man. This young defense, I wouldn't trust them to stop them necessarily. I'd probably go for the field goal.
I'm going to differ with you. I'm going to go for it.
Okay.
Salt the game away.
Yeah, well,
I think this is the offense that we have. If we can't get 1.5 yards, you know,
that's a not bad decision either. I just wouldn't. I hear what you're saying. I wouldn't put it in the hands of a defense. Although tonight they played above the level that you would expect, certainly above what they played all year long. Anchored by a true freshman at safety that's done a wonderful job tonight.
Hey, they're going to go for it.
Yep.
At least it looks like it. Maybe they'll try and toss San Jose State offsides. San Jose State has used up all of their timeouts. A first down here would make it exceedingly difficult for San Jose State. Owen Allen is behind Sarka, who's under center.
Got to get some penetration.
Sarka.
Well, that'd be a flag.
Oh, my goodness.
They're going to get a flag of holding, though.
A flag comes down. Sarka is hit short of the line to gain. But that flag appears to be.
Yeah, that's going to be against San Jose State. You know, they tried to hold up the pitch man, and you can't do that. Yep.
Christian Watson wearing the white hat. He's our referee.
Big call right here, man.
Yep, game's being decided on this call.
Sure is. Hold him.
Holding. Defense. Yep. It's a 10-yard penalty. And by rule, automatic. First down.
You called it, partner.
Yep. Well, you know, again, that's the thing. We talked about it earlier. When you get these defensive players in space, watch 21. He's going to go not unabated. You guys got – you're reaching out there and get it. They're going to catch you every single time. Powell typically has had a great night tonight. But when you start reaching for guys, pulling them away.
The foul was on number 26 for restriction on the running back who's an eligible receiver.
So Ethan Powell earlier in this second half got called for illegal roughness, 15-yard penalty as well, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, and that's the problem with the option game. It puts you in those conflict scenarios where you're in conflict. You don't know whether or not to take him, let him go. If it's your responsibility, you need to be in position to defend, and you weren't.
San Jose State needs a miracle now. First down and 10. Air Force is going to bleed a ton of clock off. There's not a person in the state of California that thinks the pass could possibly be coming.
Isn't that the truth?
Spartans will try and rip the ball out. Lunging to the 16-yard line is Owen Allen. And that'll take it down to the 2-minute timeout.
Tick, 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 tick. Wow.
Things are looking really dire for San Jose State.
You talk about manufacturing wins. What Air Force has done tonight, man, is an absolute clinic. The inflection point coming earlier. They possessed the ball. A masterful job in countering every step along the way.
Clock will continue to move. Spartans have no way of stopping it.
Troy Calhoun has done a masterful job of just understanding the context and not blinking. Didn't panic when all of a sudden they scored their first touchdown in the second half. Could have flipped the script and started throwing himself. He didn't do it. Minimizes what he's trying to do. Had a long-term vision. He stuck to his guns.
They'll be 3 time zones away next week. They've got to go all the way to UConn. Good golly.
Coming to hoops country, man.
All right, they're not going to break the huddle. I'm assuming they're going to call timeout. All right, so the timeout with 1:16
Air Force
left.
will take their first charge time on the half. 30 seconds.
I think you run it again. Probably set it up to where you want your field goal kicker to have it.
Right.
For San Jose State, they still got a puncher's chance to possibly make it a bowl game. You got to get to 6 wins. They're at 3 right now. They were hoping this would be win number 4. They've got a game against Nevada, San Diego State on the road, and then against Fresno State to wrap up.
Yeah, with those 3 there, the mantra doesn't change. It just becomes a little bit more emphatic. You still got to be thinking 1-0, right? Every single one of these. And you can't think about San Diego State if you got Nevada first and vice versa with Fresno State. You can't think about them ahead of San Diego State. The issue is playing in the moment, and that's so tough to do these days with these young kids. But that coach right there, if there's anybody can do it, he can.
Air Force has run the football 62 times for 261 yards. This drive started at the 5:43 mark of the 4th quarter. 9 plays, all runs. Now 3rd and 7. Allen right in the middle of the field.
You know, of all those statistics there, we can go by and put an asterisk or a star or highlight any of the performances. But the one that matters most is that 3 in the turnover category. In particular in the red zone, you look at all of that, man, those turnovers, a safety in particular, 3-0 in the turnover department. Troy Calhoun's team, the benefactor of that, some of it self-induced by the Spartans. But there's very few teams that can win with 3 turnovers. We saw it happen with the University of Houston last week. It's an anomaly that Houston won with 4 turnovers. How many they had today? It was a bunch of them. But last week when they got upset, West Virginia beat them, had 4 turnovers. It's not rocket science, man. These games are won that way.
Air Force will take their second charge time on the half. 30 seconds.
All right, so 34 seconds left. The field goal unit will come on. This will be a straight-on field goal for Reagan Tubbs. We know he's got enough leg. Does he have the accuracy? This will be his first field goal attempt of the game. All the points for Air Force have been touchdowns and that safety.
We'll see if he is the one.
43 yards out. The holder's the punter, Luke Freer. The snapper, Kurt Chesney. – 33-yard attempt. Right as rain. That was about as straight in as you could possibly get. And Air Force lead is back up to 10 with 31 seconds remaining.
2-possession game with 31 on the clock. Man. Woo.
Well, they don't give out Coach of the Week awards, but I'm telling you, if they did, Mountain West Coach of the Week award could go to Troy Calhoun with what he did in game today.
Absolutely. I mean, he handled the week well in terms of the expectations that was out there. Nobody really thought that they were going to win. I'm just being the difficult truth from an analyst standpoint. They thought they were going to be outscored. Their back end, if you look at how young they are, true freshmen sitting back there at safety and the other key positions on the back end, there's no way that they on paper should have been able to win this game. But the college football world, my friend, is flat.
Never know. Anyone can beat anyone these days. Last week, San Jose State scored 45 points. They had 630 yards of offense. And that just didn't carry over from week to week.
Amazing.
The numbers for Eget, passing-wise, yards-wise, pretty impressive. 286 yards, but he didn't throw a touchdown, and he had the 2 interceptions.
Well, the interceptions are what crushed him, right? I mean, again, but at the end of the day, when you've got the capability to come back and score, their wide receivers kept them in the game. You know, that was a big part of it right there, despite the turnovers.
Eget missed a chunk of the first half. We were told a lower body injury. No timeouts for the Spartans. Scampering out of bounds is Matthew Coleman. 25 seconds left.
Yeah, namely Leland Smith and company, and Scholes on the opposite end. Scudero had his moments tonight, but again, I just think as a collective unit, they weren't as prolific today. That'll be holding.
That'll nullify the catch made by Kyrie Scholes. Now the next one up for San Jose State
Holding.
On the road.
Offense, number 62, 10-yard penalty. Means first down.
That was Tyler Chin that got caught that time. And it's amazing to me the job that Brian Noor and Nick Toft had done with their 4-man rush. You can see Chin here. This little spin move, the helicopter inside, he just takes some guy down. I mean, you're going to get caught every time for that one. But just being able to rush 3 or 4, they have been able to handle it. That was enough.
They've gotten a lot of hands up, too. The defensive linemen have batted balls down. One deflection turned into that safety. Eget into coverage. Incomplete. There were 5 Air Force defenders surrounding the football.
No, they'll sit back and play cover 4 just with the 4 defenders back and not worry about anything underneath, because you're going to burn at least 9 seconds on this particular play here. If anybody completes it, then they'll head for out of bounds. So you can get 4 cross right here.
Mm-hmm. Seven seconds remaining. Eget's got 298 yards passing in a season where he is putting up massive numbers. He's getting really close to 3,000 yards in this just his 9th game, but it's going to be a difficult loss. San Jose State's going to fall to 3-6, 2-3 in the Mountain West.
I think the big takeaway for me, partner, in this one is defense still wins championships. As prolific as this offense is right here, they were shut down today for the most part.
Final play of the game is an interception. How about that? Oh, no, it wasn't. Leland Smith caught it. Leland Smith got it, and that is the final play of the game. So with that catch, Egitt goes over 300 yards in his ball game, but it's not nearly enough as Air Force wins by 10 on the road.
It was entertaining, man. I enjoyed it.
For my partner Spencer Tillman and our entire crew, I'm Eric Collins saying goodbye from San Jose. Time to take you out to our LA studio for more college football coverage.
Yeah, we got more Mountain West action coming up next. Anthony Calandria does it all for UNLV. Over 300 yards of total offense, 19 total touchdowns. The Rebels trying to end a 2-game slide, taking on Colorado State. A game coming up at the bottom of the hour here on FS1. As we welcome you to the FS1 College Football Extra, sponsored by Amazon. Everything for every fan on Amazon. So we welcome you inside our LA studios. That's Chris Peterson, Bruce Feldman, Mike Hill hanging out with you. Got to see that game in just a second. But right now, we want to tell you about what else is going on. Second-ranked Indiana was supposed to walk all over a struggling Penn State team